So, the Sky won, but look, one of the biggest stories to come out of this game is you're playing one of the considered to be top 4 teams in the league, the Minnesota Lynx, and nobody showed up to watch this game.
Angel Reese just got a tough reality check. Her WNBA preseason debut didn't get much attention, even fewer people watched it than an old chess game on a local TV channel. And let's just say, she didn't handle it very well.
I thought Angel Reese was the star of stars, the icon of icons. That's what the mainstream media keeps telling me. Headline at Forbes from last month. How Angel Reese and Asia Wilson are leading the WNBA.
Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is smashing TV ratings. People are comparing her to stars like Taylor Swift and Beyoncé, but with a long-range jump shot. Reese, on the other hand, barely got any viewers, like a ninja in the dark. So what happened? How did the self-proclaimed it girl of women's basketball suddenly disappear? This isn't just a small setback, it's a major fall, and everyone's watching it happen live. If you're Team Caitlin, comment baby goat over baby giraffe below. Let's go.
Again, 5 million Instagram followers do not equate to basketball fans. It's a totally different group of people. You've got a basketball player, you got a celebrity that, or somebody that thinks she's a celebrity, that happens to be a basketball player. All right, but she's not celebrity enough to actually pack in the stands. And guys, there is some ugly numbers here.
Angel Reese entered the WNBA full of confidence, like she was the main act at a big concert. But instead, it felt more like an open mic night at an empty bowling alley. Hardly anyone was watching, the crowd was silent, and the national TV audience was likely watching something else, like reruns of Storage Wars. What was supposed to be her big moment ended up being barely noticed.
Angel Reese fans, LSU fans, all of you who tell us, oh my God, what a big superstar. Oh my God, transcendent. Oh my goodness, generational. Oh my goodness, so on and so forth. You guys do all the talking, all the yapping. Twitter fingers turn to can't even show up and buy ticket fingers.
Let's go back to the preseason opener, where the Chicago Sky played against Brazil's national team at LSU, Angel Reese's home court. With Brazil's exciting style and a college crowd that once cheered her on like royalty, people expected a lot. But the turnout? Pretty much silence. There were so few viewers, it felt like even crickets outnumbered them. The TV ratings were so low, even regular mail moved faster. Honestly, if they had just shown a DVD logo bouncing around the screen, it might have gotten more attention. That's how little buzz there was.
There's a bigger story. 305,000 viewers for the Sky game against the Brazil national team. 305,000 viewers. By the way, Ion is a free over-the-air antenna station. If you've got an antenna, you can watch Ion Network.
Then came Game 2, the Chicago Sky versus the Minnesota Lynx, which was supposed to be Angel Reese's big comeback. Spoiler, it fell flat, like a cheap inflatable pool. She came in expecting fireworks and cheers but got nothing more than a few birds flying by and a part-time blogger live tweeting from a Wendy's during his lunch break. The energy was so dull, even the scoreboard seemed bored. It wasn't a must-watch sports moment, it felt more like background noise while doing laundry.
By the way, this arena holds roughly 10,000 fans, okay? It was at the Wintrust. You see that right there. 4,688 fans showed up to a game that Angel Reese is playing in.
At one point, the cameras showed the stands, and they looked like a ghost town after the world ended. Row after row of empty seats, like no one showed up for Angel's big moment. Somewhere in a TV studio, a network executive probably looked at those awful Nielsen ratings and questioned every decision they'd ever made. And Angel? She didn't just shrug it off. She exploded, not like a focused athlete proving the doubters wrong, but more like a reality show meltdown. She jumped on social media with vague posts, passive-aggressive emojis, and so much drama it felt like she was auditioning for a Bravo show. Subtle? Not even close.
Wait a minute. Correct me if I'm wrong here. I thought Angel Reese was responsible for elevating the WNBA dump. I thought Angel Reese was responsible for taking the dump and turning it into an unmonetizable turd. Now, to her credit, it is a nicely polished turd. It almost looks appealing. Almost. Of course, it's still not appealing enough to generate profit.
Her PR team was probably stressing out, scrolling through Twitter and hoping something would catch on, but the internet was quiet. No headlines, no buzz, and the engagement was as flat as a soda left out too long. Because in 2025, it's not just about how you play, it's about whether your game can turn into viral clips. And Angel? Yeah, she went viral, but for all the wrong reasons.
Angel Reese! Preseason basketball! Let's get it! Bang! How about a little less time at the Met Gala and more time in the layup line? How about it? Bang! More time at the free throw line? How about that? Bang! I heard the Chicago Sky are running a play called Giraffe. It's where they just give it to Angel Reese and she just goes ISO. Hey, so get the zookeeper. This one's escaping!
Meanwhile, in a whole different world where people were actually paying attention, Caitlin Clark was breaking records and blowing past expectations. While Angel Reese was playing in front of nearly empty seats, Clark had full arenas on their feet. Her preseason game against Brazil wasn't just good, it made history. Everyone was watching. Parents, barbershop regulars, little kids, even people who hadn't watched women's basketball since Lisa Leslie dunked. Clark turned the game into a must-see event, the kind of moment that even people who don't know basketball wanted to be part of.
There was no argument to be made. We heard it from Chinea Nwumike as well. We've heard it from a lot of people. Like, there's no argument to be made that there is a needle. There is a needle.
Clark wasn't just playing, she was putting on a show. She threw sharp passes, hit deep threes, and made it clear she's not just a basketball player, she's a full-on sensation. Her game looked like something out of a Netflix sports documentary, polished, exciting, and powerful. While Angel Reese was hustling, hoping someone would notice, Clark was taking over the spotlight. Cameras, headlines, and fans were all focused on her. The difference between them was almost unreal. Reese was in a half-empty gym trying to make noise, while Clark was lighting up the whole basketball world. Reese wanted attention, Clark couldn't escape it if she tried.
Y'all talk a real big game. Y'all talk a real big game. Y'all tell us just how amazing Angel Reese is. Y'all tell us how y'all ride or die with Angel Reese. And you know what? This ain't on Angel Reese. This isn't even about Angel Reese. It's about you.
Every move Caitlin Clark made had ESPN on high alert, ready to cut to her highlights like it was breaking news. Reese's fans, always supportive, tried to blame the timing or the lighting in the arena, but that didn't explain the obvious. The buzz just wasn't there. The excitement wasn't lacking because of bad promotion, it was missing because no one was really excited about what Angel was offering. That's not throwing shade, that's just the truth.
Ouch. Chicago Sky with their second straight home game where the arena is not even half full. It was a great game. HVL did great. Come on, Chicago. Some tickets were only $3. There is no comparison. There is no excuses anymore for a certain side of the fan base. Y'all are a vocal minority, and there's now statistical data that is flat proven.